Hey guys, so I'm here to teach you how to make a super easy, fast hazelnut chocolate bark. So for those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically homemade chocolate that you can either put into molds or you can just lay out flat and later on just crack like a rock. It's extra delicious, and the reason why we're making this today is because I wanted to talk to you a little bit about magnesium. So you can find magnesium in some of the foods that we eat, but we actually don't make it ourselves. We don't produce it in our body. So it's important that we get a bit of our dose of that. And for me, I personally like to get it through chocolate. I don't like buying chocolate. I like making it myself. And so basically what magnesium does is that it helps promote sleep, especially during these times. Ramadan is going to be a bit stressful this year. Corona hasn't helped. So a lot of us are not getting as much sleep as we want. It promotes heart, bone health, it actually manages your stress, it does a lot of things. I'll explain that in the post later on. But for now, the key ingredients which we're going to be using, and I know that everybody's been taking care of their immune system now because of Corona. This should be done all the time. You should take care of your immune system all the time, not when we have a pandemic. So please continue this lifestyle. If you've made a few changes, I'm sure you feel great. So one of my favorite supermarkets to order from, which I trust with all my heart, is Mint Basil Market. And when you order it, they deliver straight to your door within the same day. So one of the key ingredients that we're going to be using is Nabat organic maple syrup, J Jar's coconut butter, and Eshmoon's cacao powder. All of these ingredients are super clean. These are brands I trust, and let's get to it. We're at the stove, but the fire is not on. So you just need a pot and a glass bowl. And what we're going to be doing is I've just boiled some water here, and we're going to be using the steam coming from the boiling water to melt all of our ingredients. The reason why we don't put it straight onto the stove is because it'll actually burn the chocolate, or in the microwave, it's the same thing. So we're gonna start with our 1 cup of coconut butter. You can use coconut oil or you can use cacao butter, but I personally love coconut butter. This will take a little bit of time, but just shake that little bit in. You already see that the oil is being stimulated, and it probably takes around 3 minutes to melt the whole thing. All right, so you kind of come up with this like little paste texture. Obviously, if you're using cacao butter or coconut, it will be liquidated by now. So we're gonna actually just pour in the maple, and we're also gonna pour in, that was ½ cup of maple, and this is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And you get that going as well. So now we've have this like gorgeous caramel looking paste, and that's when you can just pour in the 1 cup of cacao powder and the 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Honestly, ½ cup of maple is more than enough for me. You can put less. I really like bitter chocolate, but depending on who is around you, maybe sweeten it a little bit more. And honestly, for people that are not even chocolate lovers, they love this. All right, so you just shake that in there. So this is what we come up with. It's kind of like a butter on its own. You can probably just put this in a jar and store it as a spread. Again, if you're using cacao butter or coconut, it would be liquidated. But this is one of the reasons why we don't put this straight on the stove or in the microwave, because it will bubble and burn the texture. So now we are going to flatten this out. So there you have it, magnesium-rich chocolate bark. Very easy, took 10 minutes of my time, and can be served in an hour, ½ an hour even. So to store these, I suggest that you store them in an airtight container. Make sure that you use the parchment paper that you already used to lay these out so it doesn't stick to anything. And because we made these with coconut butter, they stay actually quite solid as you're eating them. If you did this with coconut oil, it might begin to melt as you're holding it. So again, you can get all these beautiful clean ingredients from a Basil market delivered straight to your door the same day. And please tag me if you end up making these. Bye.